You thought I was so fascinating and interesting when you first met me and brought me into this. I remember when I was on, even when you were on, you would go through my Facebook, and you would just like find things that I would post, and you found certain statuses really interesting, and then you would put them on your blog, and I found that like once a week, things I posted on Facebook would make it to your blog, and I wasn't sure if I was really comfortable with that, because my blog, I mean, my Facebook wall is basically to my friends, and you were posting on, well, I was like, you know, whatever, I'm cool, I don't care. And then, like, suddenly that, like, stopped, and now you never repost anything. You used to write, like, oh, the rabbi's going to the beach today, and you put that on your thing, and, you know, it's like, oh, Rabbi Rabs today made controversial statements on his Facebook, you know, Rabbi Rabs says on Facebook, and you used to put me up all the time. And I don't know why that stopped. I figure it stopped for one of two reasons. No, one of three. Either just the thrill burned out, you got a new toy or something, you know, it's like, you know, like you went through your Rab stage and then it burned out, it fizzled. More likely it's one of the two. Your friends didn't like me.
Those are both true.
I think your friends didn't like me, and they were like turned off by the fact that you were like so into me. Because I remember when we first started putting up the YouTubes the next morning, the first YouTube, that could be a series, like 10 YouTubes or 6 YouTubes or whatever, the first one always got from 100 to 200 views in the first week. The second one always got around 15.
Yeah.
And then it was like 15, 14, 13, 12, blah, blah. Because, like, you know, only the hardcore people who want to watch the whole thing would go all the way to the end, right? And then, like, the last one would have, like, 4 viewers. One of them was my nephew, right? They were all, if you weren't related to Rabbi Rebs, you weren't on the last one. It was like, you know, you gave up. But a lot of your people from your blog would watch the first one.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, by the end of the summer, that was done. Yeah. They got to know who I was, and they didn't like what I had to say.
Yeah.
I was not interesting to them. If I was wearing a miniskirt, I might be more interesting to them.
Not if you're a guy.
No. That's a good point. But they were not, they didn't find me...
It's true, you don't go over well with my friends.
No, I don't. And it's obvious, when you take, like, all the videos, and then you post them on your Facebook, nobody ever does anything with them. They don't respond.
Right.
They have no interest.
We have totally different crowds.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I post mine to mine...
Yeah, they get a lot of response.
Yeah, they're all over it, and everybody's got something to say, right? Because my friends have always made up the bulk of the chat room, the bulk of the people in the fan club right now, right? I mean, it's always been that way, right?
Yeah.
Your friends can't stand me.
That's true.
Because I am too firm for them.
Yes.
And I'm too real for them. And they want their Judaism watered down and sugar-coated. And they can't stand when somebody comes along and calls a spade and says, this is what Judaism is, and what you're following is not. they have no room for that, and then they just tune me out.
Well, I've always had